Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are the TheFifeNation, and welcome to our Let's Play of Gunstar Superheroes for the Game Boy Advance. This is episode 5, guys. In the last episode, we battled Gunstar Green, Gunstar Yellow's twin brother, who ended up, turning evil and going to the Empire because they had lots of money. They must have lots of money. They have a lot of people to spare. But anyway, guys, he's evil now. Let us continue on and grab our last jewel, which just so happens to be on Moon 4. Alright, let's dive into this, guys. So as we start the 4th moon, you guys will notice that this is a little bit different. There's no intro to this one, but as you do start out, you can go down below yellow and you can pick up a few health orbs. Nice 30 HP. Trust me, you will need it. The main weapon of choice on this level is going to be your red pistol. Well, why? There's going to be a lot of enemies that are coming at you, and this is all short-range combat. You won't really need... I never really use the blue laser or the green laser too much on this level. I mean, the green laser is helpful, but meh. Alright, so this boss here is kind of random. See those blue lasers he shoots out? They kind of form a pentagon. Well, he shoots them out in a shape of a pentagon, like the 5 points of one. You're going to want to at least be under him and shooting up, or being on the side of him and shooting to the side. Again, he has a lot of HP, and 500 is a lot to start out with. And what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to take out your red pistol or your green laser. I suppose you could use your green laser in this case too. But you're going to just want to get your ultimate up and you just want to shoot at them because the red pistol one does a lot of damage. So does the green one. After that boss, you're going to want to head over and defy everything that makes sense to you. And you're going to want to jump through the helicopter blades onto the bases of them. And you're just going to defeat the guys and keep moving forward just like the rest of the game. This is a pretty simple side-scroller game. Point A to point B, you can't really get lost. Very linear. Okay, so for this part of the level, what you're going to want to do is you're just going to take a green pistol out and you're going to shoot down at these guys. They're incredibly annoying. And along with the controls that come with this game, which aren't perfect, it makes this part just a little hard. Now time for the hardest and longest and worst part of this game, in my opinion. It's just annoying as hell. This game board here. So you can see on the bottom there, the little flashes of light. If you just hit A and it chooses a random one and you go to a random area on the map. I haven't experienced all of these, and some are kind of really hard. Some are just weird. But otherwise, others are just hard. And some just give you items and whatnot. But we have to do this to get to the last boss. Now, I mentioned ones that were hard. This guy, this green guy, oh, he is so... Oh, I hate him so much. What he does is he spawns like a billion little purple guys that come after you. And you're supposed to fight to them, so you can't use the green gun here because everything dies in one shot anyway, but the green gun will, it'll not target him. Actually, I'm not even sure when you can target him. I think you can only hit him once he is not flying around. And so I took the course of action of just trying to melee him because ultimates generally don't work on him because he stays in that little spinny form quite often. And otherwise, the green dragon one won't hit him. They'll just hit all the other guys around him, making this guy annoying as hell. Alright, so we rolled a 1 and we got the bubble one. Really easy one. You really don't even have to worry about that little timer on the top unless you go and leave your Game Boy sitting around or something. Because if you can't get this in 90 seconds or whatever it is, I believe I get it with 30 or 40 seconds to spare. But what you want to do here is you just take out your green laser and you can just shoot. You can shoot them with any gun actually, or you can just even pop them yourself. But this level is really easy. It's more of getting items. There is one guy you have to kill to open up the door, and that's it. He goes down fairly fast, not the fastest a bunch, but he does go down and he's easy. You just stand under him and you shoot up at him. But once he's dead, it's just a face roll. You just walk through the thing, destroying the bubbles, grabbing the items that you see. Taking a quick look at the board here, it says that we can move back a space if we roll a 4, but you can get what you want out of this one. I found the most easiest way is to press the A button 2 steps before the one that you want. So say I wanted a 5, I'd press A on the 3. This guy's fairly easy, but he can do a lot of damage too if you're not careful. Just take out your green laser at the start of the level, just start blasting at him. He goes down very, very quick, but if you get hit by him, you're gonna get hit for a ton and a ton of damage, and it's gonna be so annoying. I highly, highly, highly recommend getting to the item stage. If you don't, oh well. Actually, I believe you have to even progress even farther on the board. But the item stage is completely worthwhile. You can go and you can refill health here. You can also refill your ultimates here. I actually didn't really explain this. Those other orbs that aren't the health orbs, they will refill your ultimate. So those are really useful. I'm sorry that I'm explaining that so late in the game, but we really haven't had the opportunity or the time to actually explain it in detail. Those they're health orbs and then they're ultimate orbs. The ultimate orbs I believe are like yellowish, while the health orbs are red. Easy to tell the difference between. And yes, they are both still really hard to pick up. The only problem I would ever see somebody experiencing with this level is actually jumping and progressing further. This actually took me a really, really, really long time to learn how to do it. But what you want to do is when you're jumping on the walls is you just want to hold the left button or the right button depending on which wall. I would actually recommend the left button in this case. But then you're just going to keep jumping. Just keep jumping and timing your A buttons right to when to jump and whatnot. You have to practice it. It's pretty hard. Okay, there really wasn't anything else to show. It was just jumping around and collecting health orbs. Now, once you get out of that item place, what you're really, really going to want to aim for is another item shop. There's one more item place, is continuation of that. Sadly, I don't get it, and I don't get to show it, which kind of sucks. Now, I've actually never been able to do this one in particular. This one, it kind of jumped out at me a little here. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, the bear's growing. Oh, it's big, and the car is coming. Oh, the car hit the bear. Oh, I should probably smack the bear while it's down. I've never done this one before. This one in particular was blind. I was just kind of. What you really have to do for this guy is you just wait for the car to smack it. It does it for like 40 damage, and afterwards you just get behind the bear and then you just start smacking and smacking away. I just found this level in particular hilarious because I don't know why. It was just so randomly placed. Like this big bear just came alive and a car would come and it would smack it. And it occasionally shoots out laser beams and whatnot. So funny, so funny. Okay, so after you defeat the bear, there are only 2 more obstacles that lie in your way. Actually, 1 if you could go back a space. Well, you could go back a space and go to the item spot, I believe. But there are 2 spots that face in your way. 1 is the end, and 1 is the boss. You really, really, really don't want to roll a 2 here. Otherwise, you just have to start the entire level over. It's game over if you roll a 2 here. If you can roll more than a 2, it'll just reset it and you just have to roll again. Either roll 1 or 2. Oh, I get it. It's a casino-themed fortress, and his name's Black. Like Blackjack. Oh, this game is really not creative. Now, this boss is actually fairly difficult unless you know what to do. He does a lot of damage otherwise. What you want to do is, whenever he raises his legs, you'll notice on how he's on the opposite side as when we started out. What you want to do is, whenever he lifts up one of his legs, you just keep running. You run until the other side of his to get to his head. Then you just shoot up until you do enough damage where he's like, oh no, and then he pops out on the other side. Yeah, I don't even know, how would that work? I'm kind of thinking this over like a robot kind of view. Would he have like a trap door and be like, oh, here I am now, oh, here I am now. Oh boy. This guy can really take a beating. I mean, I've blasted like a few ultimates into him. And he's still not down. He's got a lot of HP. He's actually pretty defensive. You can see he's shooting out missiles at you. If you do your best to avoid those missiles, every HP counts in this fight, guys, because this guy does a lot of damage, especially if you get really unlucky and during the second phase. Once you pass 100 HP, this guy goes into his second phase. Run. Run, 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 run. You'll notice you're in an octagon here. Just keep running. He will chase you. He's going to be in a ball. He's going to chase you. You're going to run for a good maybe 25 seconds until you're on the other side of him. Once you're on the other side of him, it's just take your green laser out and just be like, oh, pew 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 pew. I don't know. I don't think it sounds like that at all. I think that's just how lasers should sound in general. One other complaint I have for this game is, I've noticed it on a few levels either. I normally don't get motion sickness, but oh jeez, wow, do I do with this game. This game is actually kind of hard to look at during scenes like these where you're running and spinning around in circles quite a bit. I try not to, but on this level you have to. Now this is kind of brutal here. This is actually really brutal. You cannot continue until you do this. You smack the old man around and he drops health orbs. And you just keep smacking him until he's on his butt, and then Yellow's like, oh, ha ha ha, here I am to save you. You smacked that old man up good. Alright guys, that was it. We got the last gem. Woot woot. Okay, now guys, we are the TheFifeNation. I'll see you all next time for Moon 5, The Empire. Stay tuned.